Okay. Awesome. Can you all see that? Can I get a thumbs up from somebody? Thank you. Okay. Hey, everybody. How are you? I hope you guys are doing great. It's crazy times right now. I'm sure you can all agree to that. And just, I'm kind of blown away about what's happening in our world right now. I got to be honest, though, I'm one of those moms that are just loving this time with the kids being home and just having the extra snuggles and all of that. But I'm happy you're all here. My name is Shannon Carlin. I am from South Carolina. Well, I'm from Southern California. Sounds weird saying I'm from South Carolina because we moved here about 4 years ago, but that's where I live now. Um, I am a mom and a wife. You can see my husband right there with me, Sean, and my two little ones, Colby and my son, James. And I'm excited to be here with you all today and sharing with you about this opportunity and what we have to offer here at Q. It may be a fit for some of you. It may not be a fit for some of you, but you may know somebody who you think would be a great fit for. If it's not for you, however, whoever invited you here today, they obviously cherish you enough and respect you enough to want you to know about what's going on here. So just to give you a little bit of background, I come from the corporate world. My husband and I were both in the corporate world, and Sean ended up starting his own career as a general contractor, and he's owned his own business now for almost 20 years. So we've both been self-employed. Well, I've been self-employed since 2011. So like I said, I was in the corporate world before, and I always thought that's what we were going to do. I thought even after having kids, I was going to be that mom that went to work and climbed the corporate ladder and then came home and was a mom and a wife, right? I never had any ill feelings towards this industry. I never was one of those haters against it, as some people are, but I knew the power of residual income. I just didn't necessarily think it was my path, and I thought my path was the corporate world. So I had my son James in 2008, and I went back to work. And I lasted all of 2.5 days back in the office until I basically had a nervous breakdown. Not even joking you, it was the most difficult day of my life. I found out from that, just from therapy and whatnot, that I was suffering from postpartum depression. And I didn't know that that's what I had. I knew something was off with myself mentally, but I didn't think that it was postpartum depression. It wasn't even on my radar because I didn't have any issues bonding with James. I just had major and massive anxiety when I wasn't nurturing him. So being away from him when I went back to work really just kind of escalated things for me, and I basically lost control. So I came home, and we decided that my place was to be home. And in making that decision, it also filled with a lot of mom guilt, if you will. At the time, we were making great money, Sean and I both. We were living in Southern California, living that dream, that American dream. So we thought, right? So then the economy happened in 2008. I'm sure y'all can remember. It's kind of bringing up a lot of similar times in our mind with what's going on in the world right now, right? So it's really been on my radar a lot lately, and I've been kind of reflecting about life, what life was like back then. But we just had to work through it, right? And so in that whole economy disaster that we had back in 2008, 2009, not only did it affect so many, but it also started affecting Sean. Being a general contractor, people were canceling jobs on him left and right. So we went from literally making two great six-figure incomes to half of one six-figure income. And really just had no plan B outside of that. So thankfully, I guess you could say at the time, I was very creative with our finances, and I learned very quickly how to steal from Peter to pay Paul every month to just make ends meet. And so we were able to do that for for some time. And then my husband took a job for one of his clients in Israel. So I had just had my daughter Colby that you see right there, and he had to take the job. We had no choice. So he had to leave me at home with our toddler and now a new baby. And the fear that I had was just intense, with falling back into that cycle of the depression and anxiety all over again with him being gone. And that mom guilt just really started piling up even more, that we were even in a situation that my husband had to take a job in another country so we could feed our children, and that he was missing those precious moments with his newborn baby and the moments of his toddler at home. I mean, if you're a mom, you know what I'm talking about. You know how quickly they change and grow. And so to just be in that situation, I knew desperately things had to change. And so I was introduced into this industry by a product that I wanted to try. And I couldn't afford it. I couldn't justify spending the money to try the product. But something was just digging at me that I needed to try that product. And so I hosted a party, because in doing that, I would get the product free for myself. And so I had so much success with that one party, that one weekend, that I realized, and it really opened my eyes to what this industry really was, and what it could do for our families, and how it could completely change our lives. So from that moment on, we decided that we were going to take life and live it on our terms. And we were going to be the ones to make the choice on how we were going to spend time with our family, and how we were going to spend our days as a family. And so you may be in that situation right now where you're feeling that, and you're feeling like, gosh, you need a change. Or maybe you are happy where you are, but because of the situation we're in right now in our world, maybe you're thinking, gosh, I just want to have a different plan B, and I want to be able to create something that we can fall back on if ever need be. So I'm just going to take you down the path, if you don't mind, my path, and how I found Q, and what it's done for my family, and what it's done for people on my team. And if that's okay, so we'll go ahead and start there. So when I found out about Q Sciences, like I said, I was with another company, and I really wasn't at the point of admitting that I was looking for something different. But I had learned a lot in the industry, and I heard about Q in 2018. And so it had been 7 years that I had been in the industry. And through my journey with my previous endeavor, there was things that I had picked up on, and things that I had learned. And there was this woman in our company, and I always said, man, if I just got in when she did, my life would be completely different. And so I knew that if I ever was going to make a change, it would have to be the right timing in the right company. And so when I really started digging into Q Sciences a little bit more, I was really excited about the company. And here's why. It was founded in 2012. But it had a different foundation, if you will, at the time. It was, our products are all pharmaceutical grade, high grade products. And so it kind of was on the path of, I like to call it kind of a white coat affiliate program, right? Where you could get the products from chiropractors, doctors, psychiatrists, etc. So it wasn't totally mainstream in the direct sales world, if you will. And it was in early 2018, late 2017, when it totally changed its platform and restructured completely. So we have the ability of having I call it a lightning in a bottle timing, right? Where the company was a ground floor company without the ground floor risk. And what I mean by that is, they say out there, whoever they is, right? They say that the first 5 to 7 years of a company being new, of course, it's super exciting and great timing of a company to get involved in if that company goes forward and is successful. But it's also a risky time, because you don't know if the company's just going to one day shut its doors. So being in that Q was out of that time frame, but had kind of established a new platform, if you will, got me super excited. So I started asking the tough questions and I was digging a little deeper. I wanted to make sure that the company was financially sound. I wanted to make sure that it was a growing company and that it was on the right path of being a massive growing company. So as you can see, Q Sciences has 533% growth since January of 2018. I can definitely tell you we are on the right path, right? Not only is it growing and in such momentum, we have the cutting edge technology to back our products. And so that just makes our platform even stronger. But coming with a great company, you also have to have the right mentors and you have to have the right people behind the helm running the show, right? So this is Mr. Mark Wilson. I could spend hours and hours. I'm not even joking. I could spend so much time talking to you about this man. He is probably the most humble man I have ever met in my entire life. Now, you'd think with the accolades that he has, that he's achieved in his life, that he would have, that it would be okay if he wasn't humble, right? But he truly is. And that's just who he is to his core. So not only has he been a Super Bowl championship quarterback, but he's also been a brilliant entrepreneur in his career. When he retired from the NFL, he went into real estate development and was very successful and created an amazing lifestyle for himself where he really could just sit back and enjoy life and live a life that you and I could probably just dream of. But he wanted to give back and he wanted to make a difference in the world. And so in doing so, he wanted to give back in a way that would help people's finances, help people's health, and help improve people's family time. And so he created Q Sciences. So back in late 2017, he partnered with Mr. Jake Spencer. Jake came on as a consultant role with our company and kind of just sat back and watched and figured out what the company needed and where it needed to grow in order to bring it to the company that it is today and to bring it to the company that is going to fulfill Mark's vision moving forward. And so when he decided to partner with Q full time, he said some things have to change, right? We need to do X, Y, and Z to get this to a place where you, Mr. Wilson, want it to go. And so the two of them partnered together, and that's when the company completely reformed in early 2018 to bring it onto the path that it is today. Now, this man, Mr. Jake Spencer, I can honestly tell you has been the best mentor that I've ever had. And I'll tell you why. Jake has been in the field. He has been where I am. He's built amazing businesses of his own, and he's made millions in this industry. So if there's anybody out there that knows what it takes to make a successful business, to do it with integrity and grace, it is this man. And so I was lucky enough in my previous endeavor to have a great relationship with one of the owners of that company and have amazing mentorship. And it wasn't until I met Mr. Spencer and he took me under his wing and he started mentoring me that I was able to really see the benefits of the mentorship that I had in the past. So the first 90 days in this company, the mentorship that I had way surpassed the mentorship that I had the 7 years prior. And that mentorship was pretty amazing. So I don't have, I mean, I have so much gratitude for this gentleman. I can't even tell you it's just amazing. There's people, they say that there's people in your lives that you know the moment you meet them that they're going to forever change your life. And this right here, this man right here, I have so much gratitude for and I'm so thankful to him because he's completely changed mine. And then we have Mr. Bengt Emanuelson. He is our general manager of Europe. So he's huge in the expansion of our company growing globally. I've had the pleasure of sitting down and having conversations and spending some time with Mr. Emanuelson, and he's truly amazing. And his vision aligns just amazingly with Mark and Jake's. And so he's been able to really help expand our company to allow us, people in the United States, to have a global business. And last but not least, we have Dr. Stephen Kimberly. Now, he's an MD by trade. Some of you may recognize his name from the website WebMD. He was one of the chief editing officers with that website. So if you've ever been kind of sick or feeling under the weather and you started Googling and you got on WebMD, then you can, and thought you were dying, you can thank Dr. Kimberly for that. But I've had the pleasure of meeting this man as well. And I can honestly tell you, he is phenomenal. His quote is, "Science doesn't stand still, it keeps moving." And so he's constantly moving and constantly evolving and constantly looking for ways to make sure that Q has the best of the best products out there. So this is our full suite of products. I'm not going to get into every single thing, but I do want to point out a couple of things. When looking at Q to join with and to partner with, I wanted to make sure that I was aligned with a company that didn't have just one vertical, okay? That they had something for everybody. I didn't want to just be put in like a square or a box, if you will, on a product line that would only be suitable for one particular group of people, right? I wanted something for children. I wanted something for the elderly, male and female. If somebody wasn't necessarily concerned about weight loss, I wanted to make sure we had them covered too. If somebody wanted just supplementation, I wanted to make sure we had them covered. Somebody wanted skincare, we've got that. All of the things. I wanted to literally make sure that we had something for everybody. So I do want to point out a couple of our products. This right here, our Q Core Complete, I call this the backbone of Q. This is what really sets us apart and put us on the map. And it did so because of that product that you see, Q Max. This product has so many studies behind it and so much science behind it. Now, I'll be completely honest with y'all. I am not a science geek. I am not. It is not something that I like dive in deep. I'm not going to be the one that goes down the rabbit hole of figuring out the science behind something. I'm that person that loves to know that it's there if I'm going to stand behind that product. I love the fact that it is there, and knowing that we have all of the science behind this, that we can easily say, hey, you want to see it? Awesome. Because I truly believe that documentation beats conversation any day of the week. And so we have that on this product. So we call this product Q Max the brain hack. And the reason why we call it that is because it does everything mood brain related. So it was originally formulated to just be that supplement out there, that amazing nutraceutical supplement for your body. But people were starting to have such amazing results from this for lots of different reasons that had to do with brain health. And so that's when it was picked up by third parties to do studies on and dig a little deeper on. So, I had mentioned before that I suffered with severe postpartum depression and anxiety. And I was in deep therapy for that, and I was on medications for that. And over time, I truly felt that I had become me again, and I was kind of out of the fog, if you will. But it really wasn't until I started taking this particular product that I realized, wow, I have not been who I was for the last 11 years until this product came into my world. And I thought it was kind of, I felt that way, but I didn't know if it was one of those things where I wanted to believe that because I was now partnered with this company taking the supplement. And I was talking to a really good friend of mine, one of my best friends that lives in Southern California. And we would talk on the phone every now and again. It wasn't a daily conversation. We were those like friends that would pick up where we left off, right? But I had a phone conversation with her, and it, how like you get that feeling when somebody, you feel like they want to say something to you, but they're kind of holding back. Well, I got that feeling in that phone call that day, but we said bye, we hung up, said, okay, we'll talk soon. She called me the next day, and I thought like, well, hey, it's great hearing from you 2 days in a row. And so we chatted again, but I still had that feeling she wanted to tell me something. And then she called me the next day, and this continued for 3 more days. And finally I was like, hey girl, why do you keep calling me? I love the fact that you're calling me, but I feel like there's something you want to say. And she said, yes, Shannon, can I say something without you getting offended? And I said, yeah, of course. And she said, I haven't heard your voice and you sound like you since 10 years ago. so are you on drugs? What's going on? And I said, on drugs? Like, what are you talking about? And she said, something is different. And I'm just, whatever it is, keep doing it. If you are on drugs, I still love you, but it's amazing to have my best friend back. And I was like, no, girl, like you're not going to believe it, but I've been taking the supplements, and I've even told Sean, like, I feel like I'm myself again. And so it was so great to have that validation from her that what I was feeling was actually sincere. Somebody who knew me so well, knew me before my breakdown, and then through it all, and then after. So I will never go a day without this product, QMax. But Q Align, the next product that we've partnered with this, is my most favorite product that we have. This is for everything inflammation in your body. This is going to help heal the inflammation within your body. And I have an issue with my colon, and I won't get into all that. It's probably TMI for all of you, but I suffer with a gut issue, and it's so inflamed, and it just is not a comfortable feeling on a daily basis. And this product alone makes me feel so much better. Not to mention, it's funny, I posted this today on my social media page, but years ago I was hit by a drunk driver, and I was an avid runner at the time, and they told me I would never run again unless I had this back surgery. And I didn't want to do it. I just didn't want to. I felt I was too young. I felt I could overcome it, and I just wasn't going to have it. And so I have so much inflammation in my back from that injury years ago, and I can't go a day without this product either. Then we've partnered that with our probiotics and with our Q Focus, which is a drink. And so this is going to give you the omegas that you need for the healthy heart. And so all four of these products together completely make your body have the health that it needs to be the most I can't say that word right now. Optimal you. There we go. I'm blonde, y'all. Stick with me. We also have weight loss products. So we have a whole package. I'm not going to get into every single one of these products, but if weight loss is something that you struggle with, or you know somebody that does, then this may be something you want to dig into a little bit deeper. Not only do we have the products, but we have a great website that supports these products, that gives you recipes and workouts, and you can plug in information on you and what your goals are specifically, and it's going to pop out the best program that would be most beneficial for you. Now, these oral sprays, this is what intrigued me the most to look into Q's product line. And it's because I do have that gut issue. Things don't absorb in me the best way, and I don't get the benefits of most products out there. And so I'm so thankful to Dr. Kimberly, because it's very important to him that we have products that have the best absorption rates possible. And so we have these fully methylated vitamin B sprays. So I'm not cussing at you, I promise, but if you haven't heard, there's a gene mutation, which is the best way I could probably explain it, called MTFHR. And a lot of the world has this. You don't know if you have it unless you've been specifically tested for it. And it's not something that everybody knows about, right? But it is something that they're finding, especially in women, that leads to miscarriages or infertility. But beyond that, what it basically means is that your body can't process anything vitamin B related or like folic acids. And so if you've ever taken a multivitamin or a vitamin B and haven't felt that energy rush that you're supposed to get, or you're one that has to get vitamin B12 injections weekly, I was one of them, in order to have vitamin B absorbed into your body, then you may be one of these people, right? But the best way, or the way that you can combat that, is that you need your vitamin Bs to be methylated. And so we have gone ahead and methylated our sprays so people can absorb them whether they have this or they don't have this. So it's the best quality out there. We all know that the best way to get something and the quickest way to absorb something is through an injection, right? I don't like shots. I don't know about all y'all, but I'd rather not get something injected into me. So the second best way is sublingually. And so I was really excited about these sprays, not only for myself, but for my kids. And then I was also thinking of people like my husband's grandma who doesn't like swallowing pills, right? So this is something that every person out there, it's easy to take. They taste good. They're fun for kids. My kids think it's pretty cool that they're like spraying something in their mouth. I don't know. They just love it. But we have one for vitamin B12 for energy. We have one, Q Boost, that's for metabolism boosting, relief for natural pain relief, a natural, what's the word I'm looking for? Like instead of, or natural replacement to like an ibuprofen. And then vitamin D3 for brain health. And I've learned since being in Q that there's a lot of people out there that have vitamin D deficiencies and have to be on prescription strength vitamin D. I had no idea. And more people are coming to me saying like, hey, I take a vitamin D prescription. It tastes disgusting and it's so expensive. Let me see your spray. And they've taken it to their doctors and their doctors have switched them to our spray because it is that amazing. And then last but not least, we have Q Sleep, my favorite spray. This sucker like knocks you out instantly. It is amazing. It's a methylated melatonin. So it's, if you can't do melatonin, this wouldn't be the product for you, but it's truly phenomenal. I love these sprays. We also have a skincare line. I'm a skincare junkie. For lack of a better way to call it, I'm a product whore. Oh, I probably should have said that. I'm sorry, y'all. But I am, okay? I love all products and I'm obsessed with skincare. And when we launched this line, if I'm being completely honest, I was a little nervous about this because I loved the skincare that I was using. And I was worried that it wouldn't be as amazing as that one. And so I was lucky enough to be one of our beta testers, and I absolutely love this product. Not only is it infused with hemp, but y'all, it has a technology in it that blocks blue light. So, excuse me, studies are showing now that blue light can be just as damaging, if not worse, for your skin as the sun. So the aging that the sun gives us, blue light also. So think of this, for a minute, just think about how much you have your cell phone in your face or TV or computer screens, especially now with everybody having to work from home. We're all sitting in front of one of these beautiful devices that are just making us age. And so I am stoked that the skincare that I use blocks me from that. And so I'm not gonna age faster than Mother Nature wants me to. Now, this is our full spectrum hemp line. So again, totally not going to go through all these products, but we have so many different ways to get hemp to you, whether it's a tincture with our oil, our Q-Fuse, or our topical creams. We have a Renew and an Excel cream. And then we also have topically our roller balls, Renew, Relax, and Defend. I can't tell you, we cannot keep the Defend stocked in this house right now with what's going on. I'm like rolling this all over my kids, especially my daughter. Now, I do want to talk about hemp a little bit. I don't know, when I started this company and they said that they were bringing out this line, I was one of those people, I'll be totally honest, I thought it was marijuana. I was not educated. I almost said no to the opportunity because I was like, yeah, thanks for thinking of me, but I'm not your pot girl. Sorry. And it wasn't until, my husband was like, Shannon, you didn't say that to them, did you? And I'm like, yes, I did. Like, proud of myself, right? And he's like, oh my gosh, you need to do your research. It is not pot. And so I'm so thankful that he knew a little bit more than I did, and pushed me to do the research there. But y'all, it is not marijuana. They're both in the cannabis family, right? But they're like cousins, different plants. The people say all the time, like, well, what's the difference between CBD and full spectrum hemp? And so the easiest way for me to explain that to you is think of CBD as like vitamin A, okay? And then think of full spectrum hemp as the entire multivitamin. You're getting all of the other things needed to speak to your endocannabinoid system to actually make it do what it's supposed to do for your body, right? So that's why I truly believe that full spectrum hemp is the way to go and not just an isolate of CBD. Okay, so I do want to, people say, what are the benefits of hemp? Like, what does it do for people? Everything is what I'm going to say. It literally does everything. For me personally, it helps with depression, anxiety. It helps with my gut and it helps me sleep. It helps with headaches or pain, all of those things that I experience. That's what I noticed the most from it. And I noticed for myself, when I partner the Q Fuse with our Q Max, I get better results on both. They work synergistically better together. But I do want to point this out, and especially with, you know, COVID running rampant right now, my daughter has a compromised immune system. She's that kid that literally, if somebody around her has just a cold or a sniffle, Colby will get it and it'll turn like that into pneumonia. And the scary thing about it is they don't hear it in her lungs. So when she was a baby, her lips turned blue one night, and she was 18. She was about a year and a half old, right? And Sean was back in Israel again, finishing up the job that he had done before. They wanted more stuff, so he was gone again, and her lips turned blue. And I called the doctor, and it came back right away. So the doctor said, you know, she's probably okay. You have your appointment tomorrow, so let's just do a full, we'll just look her over completely tomorrow. So they listened to her heart. They did all the things. They listened to her lungs. They said, you know, she's got a runny nose. It's probably from teething. But don't panic, Shannon. I'm going to send you to the ER, and I'm going to send you with a script to get a heart x-ray. Scared the living daylights out of me. Like, what's wrong with my baby's heart? And he said, I don't want to scare you. I think everything is fine, but I'm sending you to the ER so you can get your answers now. We can rule everything out and make sure she's okay. So I did. I went that night at 11 p.m. They called me and said, Shannon, you need to get Colby to the ER immediately. And I was like, why? What's going on? And they said, she has severe pneumonia. And I was like, what are you talking about? You listened to her lungs and they were clear. And he said, I am so sorry. We didn't hear it, but she's got pneumonia. At the hospital, they couldn't hear it. So I am that mom that every time my daughter gets a cold, you know, we have that instinct, right? I can see it in her eyes. I take her to the doctor and I demand a chest x-ray. And they think I'm a crazy person. And they give me the looks, and every single time she gets that chest x-ray, she has pneumonia. So she seems fine. She's happy-go-lucky. They think I'm crazy, but she gets pneumonia. I don't know what it is. And so this cold just scares me to death that something may happen to her and I don't know it, right? So we have not a respirator. We have a nebulizer at home, and we are able to be combative. We would have to pull that thing out pretty often, if I'm being totally honest, more often than I would want to. But since we have had Colby on hemp and Q Defend since September of 2018, I have not pulled out that nebulizer one time. I truly believe that these products have helped her tremendously just with the inflammation in her lungs alone. So I am a firm believer on what this product does for people, even like more so internally than even like how it helps with your mood and everything else. Now, when I was looking at this, when I realized it wasn't pot, right? And I was looking if I'm going to partner with this company, I wanted to make sure that this was an amazing industry to get in on. And y'all, these numbers, I know you've heard the craze. I know you know how fast this industry is growing, but to know that this industry is going to surpass $20 billion by 2024, y'all, this is huge. Now, I was thinking to myself, man, that is a huge number. And if I could just get 0.0000, however many zeros, 1% out of that, I would be set, right? And so putting on my numbers hat and business-minded hat, I wanted to make sure that I was on the forefront of this industry and not at the very end. Hold on, honey, I'm doing the Zoom, but yes. So I really felt that this was a no-brainer for me to partner with. And then of course, trying the products. Now I'm a true believer, and it definitely is a no-brainer for me and my family. So how do you do this business, right? If you're coming here today because you're looking for something different and you want to know how you do this business, right now we're doing this business online socially, right? You can also do this business belly to belly, but with social distancing. We're not going to do that right now, right? But we have an app that we do. We put you in a system that we have, a good rhythm that we have, and we give you all the coaching and things that you need in order to take it to where you specifically want to take it to yourself. So there's a couple different ways. Well, that was interesting. Sorry, my dog just made a noise. It wasn't me, I promise. there's a couple different ways you can get involved in Q Sciences. And one of those ways is as an ambassador, and one of those ways is as a preferred customer. Now, as a preferred customer, you get wholesale pricing, the same pricing as an ambassador. So if you're that person that says, I don't necessarily think I want to do the business, then don't sign up as an ambassador. That's not for you. But if you want to try the products and really get a story and transformation for yourself, then start as a preferred customer. It's $10 a year to be a customer. There's no commitment there. You don't have to be on an auto ship. However, if you choose to, you're going to start earning rewards towards free products, and you can also earn your products from free right out the gates. Now, as an ambassador, that would be for that person that says, yes, I want a business. And so this is a way that you can earn income by having an e-commerce site. You're also going to get wholesale pricing. You're also going to have the ability to get your products for free and run your business for free. And then, of course, you're going to have all the business tools that come along with that. So the advantages of that are lots of things. One, to make money, right? We all want to make some money, whether it's your full-time income, your plan B, or just that supplemental income that you want to make. As an ambassador, you get your replicated website, your back office, everything you need to run a business. You're going to have access to our app. And if it's something that you'd like to keep, you're welcome to. But you get to try it out for 30 days and see if it's something that you want to work with. You're going to get all the materials that you need. And guys, remember I talked about Mr. Bank Demanuelson? You are now a global business. We're in 16 different countries and constantly expanding into more. And so by becoming an ambassador, you have the ability to have that. There's tax benefits of owning your own business. And then you'll also get access to the Financial Freedom Movement, our FFM program, which I'll talk about in a little bit. So it's normally $79.95 to join this business, to essentially buy your business, which is amazing in itself. Think of how much it would cost if you were to open a brick and mortar business, right? We're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars to get started. But right now, our company, Mr. Mark Wilson and Mr. Jake Spencer, wants to help out everybody as much as they can. And we know that we can provide an answer for so many out there. And so they've lowered this enrollment fee to $24.95. This is just amazing, guys. You can have a global business right now for $24.95. So that app that I mentioned, this has so many tools on it for us to build our business. At the click of a button on your phone from this app, you can send people documents, videos, studies, all the different things about every single product. What I love about this app is, remember I told you I'm not really a science junkie. I'm not the person that's going to dive in and want to know all the ingredients and all the things about every product, but I know people will ask me about them and I want to be able to give them that answer. And so I can do that super easily and let the experts do the talking for me by use of this app. So in order to be active and get paid, when you enroll to be an ambassador and you pay your $24.95, after that, you're going to select your initial products that you want to get started with to start building your business, whether it's products you want to try yourself or products you want to get out in the field for people to sample. You'll choose a certain amount of products to get started with, and that makes you active and ready to start earning money. And that's what really establishes your ambassador account. So then with the person that you enroll with, you're going to get with them and you're going to set goals and launch your business and get on a path, like I said, that's going to help you reach the goals that you want to reach within your business. So now if you're anything like me, you're probably like, okay, spill it, Shannon. How do I make money, right? Because that's what I wanted to see. So there's 4 different ways we make money. We make it through customer sales commissions. We make it through our team commissions, our rank advancement bonuses, and through our financial freedom movement. Y'all, every time I open this up, I feel like we need to just take a moment of silence to just look at how beautiful this is. Some of you may be thinking this chick is a crazy person because this is just a bunch of numbers thrown at me and I have no idea what she's talking about. But for people like me, this gets us all fluttered and excited. So super easy. I could pull my now 12-year-old in here and he could explain this comp plan to you so easily. So I'm going to break it down for you really quickly here. And then if you want to dive deeper, make sure to get with the person that invited you today and they'll break it down for you further. But so that first way we get paid in that box 1 through the CV commissions, that's your customer commissions. So if you want to just sell or recommend products to family and friends and you don't necessarily want to build a business with other ambassadors, then this is a great way for you to still get paid. we're paid on a percentage scale. So we're paid up to 35% of our customer commissions. Now, if you fall in that mark for 35%, meaning if your customer sales are 2001 in volume, then it's going to prorate back and you're going to get paid 35% on all of your commissions. Okay. That's unheard of in this industry, y'all. Like, I'll be completely honest with you. I'm a numbers geek. I love them. In my corporate life, I worked with numbers all day long. I know every comp plan out there on the market, of the companies that I know of at least. And that's what I geek out on, is knowing that I want to have the best of the best comp plan. And I want a comp plan that people who don't work as hard as me can still make money. So the next way we make money is number 2, box 2, and this is through our team commissions. Okay. Now, if you've done this industry before, or you're in a different company right now, I bet you've probably thought to yourself, why don't network marketers have a salary? I thought that with my previous endeavor all the time, coming from a salaried job in the corporate world, right? Like, I go to work, I do my things, I get a paycheck, I know what I'm going to get paid at the end of the month. Why should it be any different for any of us, right? So Q was genius when they established this comp plan. We have a volume-based comp plan, meaning you end your volume, go down with me, if you will, that first blue column, the qualified OV. If your volume falls within that category, then you follow it over to the second blue column, and that is your residual paycheck, okay? Now, so anywhere from builder to crown diamond, if whatever your OV is, every rank in the company makes that monthly commission check. Then you're going to make your customer commissions on top of that. Okay. Now I'm going to take you to, wait, back up one more time. I get too excited about this next part. So the way you open this part of the comp plan is if you know of 2 people. So right now, really quickly, can you think of 2 people in your life that would probably want to make more money? I'm sure y'all can, right? You need 2 people in order to open this part of the comp plan and to make it to the very top of this comp plan. Not 2 people every month, just 2 people. Y'all, again, in this industry, unheard of, okay? So now, once you find those 2 people and you start going through the ranks with your team volume, you're helping them become successful and they're helping their people become successful, which is all rolling up volume through you. You're going to start going through our ranks. Okay. And now you're going to start earning rank advancement bonuses. So follow with me to category 3, box number 3, promotional rank bonuses. Y'all, I call this stacking cash. Okay. I'm going to blow your mind here in a second, but I'm going to blow it real quick first. I'm going to blow your mind 2 times. Okay. So first way I'm going to blow your mind is every single rank, you are going to earn a bonus, every single one. And those bonuses are cumulative. That's how you stack the cash. So depending on how quickly or how hard or how much you want to just go for it, that decides what kind of money you are going to bring. It's up to you, okay? Mm-hmm. But if you are like on fire and just going and busting through all of these ranks in 1 month, then you can stack those bonuses one on top of the other. Most companies out there are going to pay you the highest bonus achieved. We're going to pay you all of them. Amazing, okay? Now, for the month of March, what the company is doing is for those first 3 ranks, builder, pro, and executive, we're going to add an extra $250 to those bonuses. These are the only bonuses in this whole chart that are time sensitive. So you have 30 days to complete and hit those ranks, but the rest of March is free. Okay, so if you want to get a run on it and you want to have some free time, then today is your day to join. So that means that the rest of March is yours to go work. And then by the end of April, you have to hit the rank of executive to earn the builder, pro, executive, and an extra $250 on top of that. So we can easily help you all make $1,000 by the end of April just by plugging in and getting to work. You're doing that by the 500 in bonuses there, adding the 250 to it, and then also making that residual check of $250 for hitting executive. Okay, so I'm going to take you through what the first 4 months of me being with Q look like, not to brag, but I want to show you what's possible and what you can do. My first month in, I was August of 2018, and I hit the rank of silver. That means my team volume was at least 25,000. My residual paycheck was $4,000, and I earned the 100, 100, 300, 1,500, 2,500, and $4,000 bonuses. Holla! I was super excited for 30 days, right? Then my next month, I hit gold and then platinum. So now my residual check was $15,000, and I added an $8,000 and a $17,500 bonus on top of that. I was stacking cash, right? The next month, my third month, I went ruby. My residual check was $25,000 plus another $30,000 bonus. And my fourth month, I went emerald. That's a $45,000 residual check a month plus another $50,000 bonus. That's what we call stacking cash. We were able to pay off $80,000 in debt, put money away in savings, and do all the things. But we did that through the coaching of, now I'm going to take you to box 4, our financial freedom movement. This is our FFM program. And Mr. Jake Spencer and his wife, Sarah, when they partnered with Q, they wanted to make sure that this was implemented, because a lot of people can come into companies like this, make a lot of money very quickly, but the companies don't necessarily show you or show their field how to do right by their finances. And some may think they do it on purpose. So you're stuck with that company and you can't leave because you can't leave that paycheck that you've created and the lifestyle that came along with it, right? So from day one of being an ambassador, you have access to free financial coaching. Y'all, we would not be where we are today in a situation where the world is filled with so much fear on what's going to happen to our income, right? If I didn't have this FFM coaching, and if they didn't put things in place for me that would not be risky. So many people have lost money in the stock market because of the big crash that we just recently had. Our money has not, because of our FFM people and the programs and the funds that they had us put our money into. And so in doing this, we now have life insurance policies. We have college accounts set for our kids. We have life insurance for our kids. We have retirement. We have savings. We have all of the things because of this program. So we were in massive debt when we started. We're no longer in that massive debt, but we also didn't have savings or retirement or a plan B. And now we do. Q is all about keeping people financially safe. Their goal when you join the company is, if you ever decide to leave, is that you leave in a better and safer place than when you started. And by giving us this free resources that they do, they truly show their heart there and help. They have helped so many people, not just myself. I have a girl on my team that was in foreclosure when she started this. She had to literally steal from Peter to pay Paul to even get her money to join the company. But before she made a dime, the FFM people were able to help her open up $800 a month in her budget. So they had $800 more a month to use than they thought they had. I mean, it's just phenomenal what they're willing to do, and their heart about that. So I'm sure you have a ton of questions about our comp plan. Please get with the person that invited you to break it down further for you, to just give you some more clarity on that. I mentioned earning your products for free. So as an ambassador or a preferred customer, you have the ability, by referring other customers and earning your products for free. So each month as an ambassador, we're on a 100 PV point value system that we, with our own products a month that we order, that we can get free because we're referring customers to it. So essentially we have the ability to run our businesses, our global businesses, for free. It's phenomenal. We also have a point system to earn free products as well. So as you, like I said, you don't have to be on auto ship as a preferred customer, but ambassadors and customers, as you run your auto ships, you're going to get a certain percentage, from 10% to 20% back towards every order that you can use towards free products later. So now I'm going to stop rambling. Well, I'm going to ramble a little bit longer, but I'm going to stop here, because if you've heard anything that you love and you want to dig a little deeper, then join us tonight. And my dear friend Taryn Sarconi will be doing our presentation tonight. This woman, the moment I met her, she comes into the room and she just lights this room up. She is filled with so much positivity, so much grace. She is amazing. She's a former HR executive, so you know she's got the people skills, right? And she's a mom and a wife. but she is just phenomenal. So now if you're excited about this and you're thinking of anybody that you could possibly bring these products to, and you know somebody with children with special needs, then I promise you tonight you're going to want to be on this call. Taryn is going to go there and she's going to give you testimonies there of what she's dealt with herself. And I'm telling you, it's phenomenal. So if you have anybody that you want to bring back with you tonight to tune in and just dive in a little bit deeper for yourself and even maybe get your first customers, then please join us tonight, the same number at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. And Taryn will be there to share with you. So with that, I'm going to stop talking, y'all. I hope you have an amazing rest of your week. Stay safe, stay healthy, snuggle your babies, snuggle your loved ones, snuggle your stuffed animals, whatever it is. Get some snuggles today. Tell yourself you love yourself and have an amazing rest of your week, y'all. Thanks for joining me today.